Hey, welcome to the series of everything you need to know about Python in simplest possible way. The series of pattern printings. In our previous videos, we have solved three different pattern printing problems. In this video, we will be solving this pattern printing problems using for loops and string concatenation and string multiplication. So let's go ahead and solve this problem using all these things. Let's say I am taking first a variable as rows with a static value of 5. So because I'm having five different rows here. So because of that reason, I'm taking the value as 5. If you carefully observe this pattern here, we are not only having these stars, we are also having spaces before stars. Because of that reason, I will be take one more variable as spaces. What with what value I will be taking this space is that I will take this space value with rows minus 1, because if you see here in the first line I am having four spaces, space 1, 2, 3, 4, and in the fifth position I am having this particular star. Because of that reason I am taking the value of spaces as rows minus 1. 5 minus 1 4. With that I am actually beginning of my loop in the iteration in the loop. So next I will be using for loop to generate this kind of this pattern. So I am using a variable I. I am using this membership operator. So I am using this range to generate a range of values from 1 till rows plus 1. I want to generate a range of values from 1 till this particular number. Because of that reason I am mentioning plus 1 here. If I simply mention rows, it will take only up to 4 value. I want 5 value also. Because of that reason I have mentioned rows plus 1. So in the loop, what I will be doing is that I will be printing initially spaces. So here we have spaces first. Because of that reason, I am mentioning spaces first. Spaces, comma, let us not worry about the pattern. So let us try to understand how we can generate the pattern. Here I have printed spaces, and now I wanted to print these patterns. If you carefully observe here, these patterns, the stars following a specific pattern while generating this. Let us decode what exactly that is. So here in the first row you are having a single star, but in the second row you are having three stars, but in the third row you are having five stars. Here these stars are incrementing with a specific pattern. So the pattern is 2 multiplied by I minus 1. This is what the pattern this particular stars are following. So if you mention I with this specific value, so I initially having a 1, 2i, 2 into I, which is 2 minus 1 will become 1, 2 into 2, which is 4, 4 minus 1 becomes 3. Like that, these stars are following a specific pattern. So if I execute this, I can able to see the result as 4. Let us not much worry about the spaces. Try to focus on this specific stars here. Initially, in the first line, I can able to get 1. In the second line, I can able to get 3 stars. In the third line, I can able to get 5 stars. In fourth line, I can able to get 7. In the fifth line, I can able to get the 9 stars. Like this, we can able to generate this pattern. So let's fix these spaces also. Spaces, I am mentioning in each iteration, I wanted to reduce these spaces, because if you see carefully here, we are getting the spaces lower by on each iteration. So because of that reason I have mentioned minus equal to 1. So by mentioning this, we can generate the spaces, decrement the spaces on each iteration. So we can able to get the spaces as 4 3 2 1 0. So we know by using string multiplication we can actually multiply this value with specific stars, with specific spaces. So here I am mentioning the spaces here, and I am multiplying the spaces with these particular spaces. So this is what string multiplication is. If you don't know about string concatenation and string multiplication, in the printing patterns first video I have explained clearly what exactly this string concatenation and what exactly this string multiplication is. You can refer that video as well, so you can understand that by clearly by watching that video. Now I have mentioned this place operator to concatenate these both spaces and these stars. Now what I will be mention is that I will mention these stars to and multiply the stars with this specific pattern to generate this stars pattern. So if I execute this, we can able to get the result as what exactly we have expected in the above we can able to get. So now what I will be doing is that we will dynamically take input from the user. Based on the user input, we will generate any kind of pattern like this. So because of that reason, I am asking user to enter any number. So if I execute this, it will prompt user to enter any number. If user gives value 5, we can actually generate this pattern. If user gives value 8, we can still generate pattern like this. If user gives some big number, any number user can give, I will take the input as 15. So like this, we can actually generate this kind of a pattern by any input given by the user. So I hope you can able to understand and how we can generate this particular pattern. So in the next video, we will be solving this particular pattern. If you have solution for this pattern, you can actually mention that in the comment section. Anyway, we will discuss this particular pattern in the next video. To stay updated, subscribe to this channel and turn on the notification bell icon on so that whenever I upload any video, you will get the notification. If you found this video interesting, hit the like button and thank you for watching this video. See you in the next one.